All right, all right. Peace, peace, and blessings, everybody. Hakeem here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you all are beautiful, beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Thank you for checking me out here this evening. It is January the 26th, and so definitely it's a great time. A little cold, but we hanging in there. I want to thank everybody for the birthday shout outs and everything. And so lots of things are going on, but I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everybody. But this evening, I'm going to talk about the Black Love Camp and actually not necessarily talk about it, but I'm able to share a video for the Tanzania October the 3rd through the 13th tour that the Teaching Artists Institute is doing. So I will share that. I mean, what's that on my face? All right. I will definitely share that and get you all started for those that are interested in this. It's not just for couples or singles, but everyone that wants to understand and appreciate relationships, Black love, and all the good stuff. Uh, so, without further ado, let me get this showing the Black Love Camp coming up. And it's an interest meeting that we just held a few days ago. So, let me go ahead and get this pop in. Let me know if you all hear it or see somebody. Let me share my screen so we can get to pop in. Okay. Let me share that and I'll go in and press play. Do I press play here? All right.
Something about the way that you talk to me, even when you're not around, I feel you, boy. I feel you, boy. Tangled in your love and your energy. Perhaps it was the way that you smiled. I see you, boy. Oh, did you, boy?
First and foremost, I just want to welcome you all to this incredible opportunity to promote and preserve Black love. Black love matters. I'm so excited to be able to do that with you in an international environment. Tanzania is the perfect landscape for cultivating the relationships we need to sustain families and to ultimately build our communities. I want to thank you all for being with us today. I'm the founder of the Teaching Artists Institute, and the for-profit arm of our organization is Thai Tours. So I'm going to begin today with a basic overview of what will be taking place. I'll tell you a little about our company, our artist-led tour initiative that connects people like you with authentic experiences around the world. And then we're going to talk about the tour that we're all here to learn more about, Love Camp. And you're going to have an official introduction to our curators for this year, our first annual Love Camp Tanzania. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can see a document that will walk us through a PowerPoint. Art, Tribe, Trade, Thai Tours. Our tours are unique because they're artist-led, and we're going to talk a little bit more about why. So in our PowerPoint today, we'll do a company overview. We'll talk about the service offerings, group versus solo adventures. You guys are doing solo and couple adventures with Love Camp. We'll talk a little about our Thai studies and cultural exchange, which Renee has actually participated in, Thai High, and then some of our product offerings throughout our company. So what is a Thai tour? It's a journey, true immersion into a place. The Teaching Artists Institute offers a unique artist-led travel experience that allows those who embark authentic exchanges with people of the world. And that's what makes us different. We show you the streets and the suites, the White House, and sometimes you may see the crack house. We really want you to understand the region that you're going to. This tour is not a cookie cutter Las Vegas or Bahamas. You'll get those unique boutique experiences, but we also want to give you an opportunity to allow the artist class to help you understand the environment, the symbolic landscape that you're on. And so we'll do that for you this year during Love Camp Tanzania. So we do customized itineraries. We have knowledgeable artists, guides, and flexible schedules. Our itineraries always use art as the guide, but within the Teaching Artists Institute, art is more than just the traditional art, music, I sing, or visual art. You'll get a little of that too, but for us, even food is art. Nature is a work of art. Sports and recreation, leisure, nightlife, even investments and networking. All these things are art within the Teaching Artists Institute. And so we give you access to healthy relationship development during Love Camp, and you'll get the art of love, right? So our secret are our curators, like Renee. Today you'll meet her. Some of you already know her, Miss Renee Miller, Mugisha Allen out of Uganda with his yoga practicing, as well as Mr. Darnell Ramsey, helping us to communicate and demystify communication with Black men. And last but not least, Mama Ade Olomo, an expert in theater and psychodrama, as well as ballroom dancing. So looking at our slide, our curators are our secret. A global network of Pan-African teaching artists have been trained to curate experiences inspired by their unique art forms and local environments. So the access that we have to these artists creates an exclusivity. And of course, we're here to maintain quality assurance. Thai Tours is your inside connect to the Pan-African world. So we have all kinds of travelers, guys. People travel by age. They want to be amongst their peers. People travel by interest with us, and then by budget. We try to make travel accessible to people that have never experienced international travel. And so you'll find that our packages are very economically sound. So we do group travel. Thai Tours offers seasonal journeys for groups of 8 or more with discounted packages to major events we partner to curate around Pan-Africa. Why? Because life is better with company. That's why we're doing the Love Camp, because we've been socialized, many of us, into an individualistic society. But we know through our work with Thai Tours that life is better with company. And so this is an example to the right of a tour that we led through Ghana in the year of the return. This was the marketing campaign in 2019. And we have a testimonial from one of the young men in the group that he posted on his Facebook, and we just loved it so much. He said, "My experience traveling with Thai Tours was amazing. I have been around the world, but my trip to Ghana was one of the best. The team really took care of me and my family while we were in Ghana for the year of return in 2019. I will definitely make plans to join her and her crew in Uganda and Tanzania in 2020, professional and down to earth." That's the beauty of Black, especially Black women owned and run businesses. Thanks, Camp Cleveland. We appreciate that. And then, of course, when you have group travel, there's a shared cost. So traveling alone and want to save, allow Thai Tours to help you find a roommate. Maybe you're traveling alone, but you still want to find a roommate. We can help you do that. And then maybe you say, I really love what's happening with Love Camp, but actually, I think I prefer a solo journey. We could also do that for you. We did it for Miss Kalita Armstrong to Cuba in 2016. She said she was back on US soil. Not sure how happy she was about that. Cuba was amazing. And so we do create individualized itineraries. You can partner with us. And one of the things that you'll appreciate from allowing us to help you curate is that you'll have 24-hour customer support. We'll make sure that your journey is not only enriched, but safe. So, group versus solo travel, do it yourself, many advantages to both. If you're interested in a journey outside of what we discussed today with Love Camp Tanzania, we can talk more with you about the advantages of both. We also have a study abroad program. If you are a speaker and you're looking for international exposure, if you've got young people that are in college trying to figure it out, this is our Thai Studies and Cultural Exchange program. And we can give you more information about that, certainly, if you're interested in development of your international portfolio. And of course, we can't leave out our babies. Thai High. Global learning should start early and fresh. You shouldn't be in your 40s and 50s when you decide to leave this country, especially as African Americans in this country. For us, travel is not a luxury. And so we need to help our young people understand that travel, especially on the continent, is the birthright experience. And so that's how you build healthy people that then build healthy relationships and ultimately healthy communities. And then we have products, folks. We're going to sell you on everything we have. We've got a quarterly subscription box. Maybe you won't come on this journey, um, but we can make sure that you get a taste of the region. We can give you spices from the area, fabric and books, and all the things that remind you of the fact that you've gone and had a cultural immersion into another place. And we can ship that taste of the region to your front door 4 times a year. Every time that we have a journey, we bring back orders for people. You know how you have a friend and they go to somewhere you've never been and you say, hey girl, bring me back a t-shirt, bring me back a tea, bring me back some, whatever it is that you're into. Well, we do that as a company for you. So girlfriend going, whether she goes or not, we'll make sure that you get the cultural immersion, even if you have to do it from home. Tie up, tie tight. Of course, we always give swag bags on every tour, so you'll get a taste of some of our products. And now we're going to go through a little tie talk, talking through some of the things we tell ourselves about why we shouldn't travel and get experiences. So the first is you spend just as much in Vegas and the Bahamas as you would in Italy. And what does that mean? We go to Vegas, Las Vegas, we go to the Bahamas, especially those of us that live on this side of the pond, and we spend just as much, if not more, than we would with an overseas, all-inclusive experience. Okay, how about bills? Those bills will be right there when you get back. And the nature of this system, this capitalistic system, means that you will always, on some level, be contending with vendors that expect payment. And your life shouldn't wait for all your bills to be paid before it begins. Start living with us. Next, travel to Africa, again, is not a luxury for Black people. It is a birthright. Everybody, at least once, of African descent living in the US should go, or what I call repatriate, to the continent at least once in their lives. You are what we say is your ancestors' wildest dreams. When they left those shores, they never thought they would ever repatriate or come back. But you now have that opportunity here with Tide Tours today. Cooks my eggs, boils my eggs without water and without a stove. I've got something that whips up my vegetables and steams them and turns them into noodles. And oh, I need this color. Even if we aren't, please go and get you some experiences. That's what you tell them you want for Christmas and birthdays. I want an experience next year. So next, we have a Tide Tours Ambassadors Program, and it's designed to promote travel education to communities that have limited exposure to the logistics of international travel and access to travel funding. So let us help you press play on your life. If you don't have a passport, no problem. We can help you get that. If you've never had to get a visa, no problem. We can help you get that too. All of the logistics around international travel, we can help you with that process. And if you decide that you want to help us as a Tide Tours ambassador to promote our organization, to promote your experience, be one of our poster childs and children, and let us put your picture on one of our flyers in the future, then we'll give you discounted travel as well. So we make real travel easy. The art of travel is meant to help you see outside yourself in order to see your reflection more clearly. So I'm going to say that again because it was a lot, and I want to make sure we all catch it. We said that the art of travel is meant to help you see outside yourself in order to see your reflection more clearly. And so, what does that mean? That means that there are certain things about who you are that you don't even know until you travel outside of your comfort zone. Me as a Black woman here in the US, I thought I was so Pan African. Oh, I want to go back to Africa. I want to be a Pan African nationalist. And then I actually began to travel to the continent. And the lack of infrastructure, my God, it was shocking in some of the environments that I went to. And as a Black woman from Baltimore, I wasn't accustomed to not having hot water on demand because in the hood of hoods, you always had hot water, even if you had to boil it. Some of the things that you deal with the lack of infrastructure, it changes how you see yourself, and it's humbling. And those experiences are necessary for personal and self development, as well as relationship development. And so, you guys know how to reach us. And we're going to talk a little bit about who invited you here today. That's the end of our PowerPoint. And now we're going to talk a little about some of the folks that are on the call. Yes, a surprise. I guess you thought you were coming to listen to us and to hear us talk and tell you more about who we are, but we want to hear from you. We want to know who we're with. And this is a really intimate topic, guys. Not a lot of people are willing. And to be vulnerable enough to go into a place where they say, yes, I want to make a point to meet new great people. To say that I want that for my life, that I need that, is a bold and vulnerable place. And so we want to know who's on the call today. So before we introduce our curators, I would like to go into our guest list and pull out a few people. I think I can see Miss Dana Campbell. Yes, Miss Dana Campbell. Could you introduce yourself today and tell us why you came with interest for Love Camp Tanzania?
Yes, yes. Good evening. Thank you for Renee. Thank you for inviting me. She's
Hi,
a deep
Dana.
friend of mine, and so I've been inspired through her and her travel experiences to want to do that as well. So that's what brought me today to hear and listen to see what's going on and how can I expand my experience outside the U.S. So thank you for having me.
Beautiful. We would love to expand your experience outside the US. It's life changing. And I think that it's incredible that we may have the opportunity to give you that experience. Thanks, Renee, for inviting her. Let's choose one more person before we go to our curators and talk about the Love Camp tour itself. I'm looking at a 267 number. 267. 267 area code, the 267 is in the house. Could you come off mute and tell us who invited you here today and why you're interested in Love Camp Tanzania?
Hello, I'm in a loud environment. That's why I kept it on mute. My name is Nikita. I was invited by Renee, and I'm just here to hear the call and just learn more about traveling, and that's about it. Thank you.
Well, we're so glad to hear you today and to experience your energy. Thank you for listening in, and we hope that you consider traveling this year with us to Tanzania. So now, the reason that we've all come together, Thai Tours, we offer a multiplicity of experiences, and we use our art and cultural curators to lead the journey and to expose you to their various art forms. So today we're going to talk about Love Camp is an experience that was inspired by the life and work experience of Miss Renee Miller. I'm going to pass the mic and allow her to talk with you a little bit more about her life's work, philosophy, and the purpose behind the development of Love Camp. Renee?
Absolutely. Can you guys hear me okay? Well, good evening. I am coming to you from my bedroom, which I call the Love Haven. It's so appropriate. In this room, this is where I visualize, I create, I manifest the love that I want. And I think that love is about preparation. And so you guys are in my bedroom called the Love Haven. So welcome. So I just want to tell you a little bit of how the Love Camp came about, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. So when I went to Tanzania with Thai Tours, I was blown away by Tanzania in general. And Kim and I were on the way coming back. And we were just talking about all the things that we liked about Tanzania and our lives. And we found that we had in common that we really thought it made sense to bring more love in the lives of African American women and think of creative ways to do so, because we're not shocked that there is a disparity. It's been for years, there is a disparity in terms of numbers of available options. And there are different people out there doing different solutions to that, to this circumstance, whether it's, I don't want to name all of them, but just different solutions. And so when we were on the plane, and talking, we found ourselves synergizing, and we ended up having a whole 2-hour meeting that created the birth of the Love Camp, because we really wanted to provide a public service for our community. Now, why is that important for me? Because I'll tell you, I have always been passionate. I mean, really passionate about love. I mean, everyone that knows me knows I'm very intentional about love. And more specific, I'm very passionate about love amongst melanated people. I think that there's room for us to create magic with one another if we really improved our communication, if we improved our vulnerability, if we improved understanding one another. And as myself, I'm a self-proclaimed serial dater. There was a time in my life where I would I would go on 3 dates in one day. I'd meet at 12 p.m. for tea, 4 p.m. for early dinner, and maybe 8 for dancing. And that was because I was really deep into the idea of having magical love. And so I did serial dating for quite a bit, learned a lot about myself. It wasn't uncommon for me to, you know, repurpose the people I dated into business partners or conversationalists, or even matching them with my friends, because again, I was so passionate about love. And I moved on from being a serial dater to married to divorced to now in a new magical relationship. And all of that was a result of the work that I've been doing on myself, studying love, talking about love, sharing love events, inviting people to engage in love, and reading about love, and just in coaching clients about love. Love, has been such an important aspect of who I am and what I think is important, not just for some theoretical aspect of it, because we know connecting with people takes work. We know connecting and making relationships, really valuable and significant and honest and authentic takes work. But I've always been passionate about that opportunity within our communities. And I've always been saddened at the same time that there's not enough of what we need, whether it's communication, whether it's options, whether it's vulnerability, whether it's sincerity, whether it's skills, whether it's historical knowledge. And so this Love Camp is an opportunity. 13 years of coaching as a certified life coach, to my accumulated experiences of helping people remember who they are in life and love, to bring to the forefront an opportunity for us to have something valuable that will give us life meaning. Because the last thing I want to say about this is fairly important to me, is that I think, when we talk about self-development and we talk about our communities, I always say love helps you access an aspect of yourself that you can't necessarily access on your own. And that's the part that gets me really excited, the growth opportunity, the opportunity to really experience a side of yourself, a side of beauty that you may not naturally experience on your own. And to experience that, you really have to be willing to do the work and connect and really explore opportunities. And so the Love Camp is about learning those best practices. And I'm super excited about the curators that we're bringing on board, because it gives you that knowledge along with myself to really bring it out and set yourself up to be prepared to create love. So that's
Nice.
me.
Yes, it is. And we're excited to experience your 20 years and the 13 years of coaching, and all on the backdrop of sandy white beaches and clear blue water and
And
perfect
absolutely.
weather. Yes,
Exactly.
drinking out of coconuts. I mean, who can't fall in love on a beach in a scene like that from a movie? And these places exist. Some of the places that people see in movies and television, they are real. They are so real. And if the weather outside in your area is cold and snowy and below 21 degrees like it is here in my area, listen, I understand why you're upset. I understand why your relationship is not working. I don't want anything unless you're gonna bring that nice blanket and keep me warm with that picture in Renee's background. What is that? Can you show us that picture, Renee? That
Sure.
picture. What is? Oh my God! Can you just talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. So, let me just say this, every room in my home is a creation of intentional work, because I believe that our lives need to be intentional. And so this room is called the Love Haven Room because, like I said earlier, it is all about creating love in my life and being love, experiencing love, creating love. And so that picture to me is the epitome of what relationships look like when you are aligning yourself with the right person. So if you notice, they are first a formation of clay, and they are working, the way they're chiseling each other is they're working on each other for each other. And you may not be able to see it, but at the bottom, there's rings. There are rings, there are wedding bands. And those wedding bands to me are the ultimate goal. But before they can get there, they have to chisel each other. They have to work with each other. They have to understand each other. And so to me, it's a beautiful piece of artwork to describe how I think, when you're truly wanting that alignment with that right person, you do the work and you work with one another for one another. So
Well
that's one
said.
of my favorite photos.
Yes, it just became one of my favorite photos because it's like, kind of turning me on, but I appreciate it. And listen, art is power. It
Mhm.
helps to define your reality, and it
Mhm.
helps you to manifest the world you need and want. And that picture is a perfect example of Love Camp Tanzania. Thank you for having that in the background of your screen. You're
You're welcome.
already helping us. Yes. So I want to take an opportunity to talk about your team because you're our lead love coach and curator and transparency and vulnerability expert.
Mhm.
But you're going to do this with a team of people that are going to enrich our experience. And so I want to start with Uganda. Um, you mentioned that a lot of Black men here in the US are unavailable. And so Black women don't have as many options. And I'm excited about doing Love Camp Tanzania on the continent this year because guess what? Tanzania and the continent of Africa are full of Black guys that are available and interested. And they're going to be there waiting for Black women from the US or the Caribbean, wherever they're coming from, for Love Camp Tanzania. They're there and they're available and they're interested in you. And so I'm so excited to introduce Mugisha as a fine example of the kind of African man you may happen to meet. Looks like we have Olamina Stevenson entering our waiting room. So Mugisha, please introduce us. Tell us a little bit about where you're from and what service you're going to be curating for the Love Camp Tanzania this October.
Greetings to your Names of Mojisha Ali Alan, representing from East Africa, Uganda. I'm a yoga teacher, a trauma sensitized yoga teacher. I am a Thai yoga masseuse and teach children. I teach yoga as a whole. So I'm working with Thai tours, and I'm really glad that I'm having a chance to share. And it's really important that I'm talking about this because when we talk about healthy relationships, it starts from how we connect, how we breathe, how we align with sensations, vibrations of energy, and and this all in yoga. And then if we talk about yoga, the word itself starts from union and how we connect to the world and the universe. So there is a lot to explore with this, where we have meditation, we have energy work, we have techniques that we use. Some of them is called Brima, where we connect and heal and listen to energy and feel the vibrations. And a lot that we are going to have to handle, and we're going to learn. I'll be sharing a lot of energy from the immortal arts, where we shall learn how to attune ourselves to more vibrations that can't be said by words. You know, many times words are so limiting, and sensations do a lot more than what we can imagine. So within the practice, there is a lot more to explore, because when it comes to a healthy human being, it comes with deep connection. So if many people are disconnected from themselves, and it's really important that if people want to connect and make their relationships healthy, they learn the connection with themselves and then pull out the love to other people. Those of you who believe in the Bible, who read the Bible, it says you can never pour from an empty cup. So we always fill our cups, and then we try to push out the love everywhere. When it comes to yoga, I'll share a lot of knowledge about how we can do this, breath awareness, sensations, um, and a lot more. So I'm really glad that I'm with Thai Tours, and I'm going to share in the Love Camp 2022. And I believe, like Kim said, that there is a lot of love waiting for people. Someone sang and said they were loved like they never thought they would be loved before. So I guess there is a lot more to believe in than we've ever thought, than we've ever experienced. Thank you very much.
Kim, can I say something before you introduce the next curator?
Yes, please do.
So let me just say this. Mugisha is phenomenal. He's really kind of laid back today, which I can respect. But he's extremely knowledgeable and really an energizing, spiritually in tuned yoga instructor. I mean, and I'm not just saying this. I worked with Mugisha. He did a lot of yoga lessons for me and for the group of us, and we would get up every morning excited to take yoga with Mugisha because he's extremely knowledgeable. And I'm really excited about the next level of yoga as it relates to couples and breathing and meditation and how it can actually slow us down and connect us a little bit more than just our normal busy day to day, especially, you know, the culture of this country. So I love his modesty. I love his wisdom. And I'm looking forward to some of your sessions, Mugisha, because you are phenomenal. And I'm just not just saying that, you are phenomenal as a yoga extraordinaire. I say when you get to be like 60, you're gonna be a yogi for sure.
We need to like capture that portion of what you just said and use it as a testimonial. Just push play next time. Mugisha, you're going to add that to your website. So I want to continue with our introduction of Renee's curation team. Mugisha, thank you for your incredible introduction. I think next up we have Mama Ade Olomo. Mama Ade, she joins us as an elder mama, teaching us ladies how to fix ourselves, right? Sometimes we're the problem and we show up broken and hurt, and we carry those things through our relationships. And, so Mama Ade is going to talk to the sisters and everybody because she's got a lot of art forms to share with us. And so, Mama Ade, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you. I talked a little bit about myself earlier, but I'm just a little Black girl from East 89th Street. And having said that, I am also a world traveler. I've traveled all around the world, and um, COVID has taught us all a lot. Um, I hear that people have committed suicide because they had to be quarantined and be by themselves, and that's curious to me. I don't mind being by myself because I like me. I love me. I love me some me. But that was a process getting to that because it wasn't always so. Because of other people's thoughts about me, or so many different things. But I love me some me, and I don't mind being by myself. Uh, um, I'm a mom. I'm a grandmother. I'm a great grandmother. I have 19 grandchildren. I have 22 plus great grandchildren. So there's been a lot of loving going on. And the experiences that I've had getting to this place of self-love is what I'd love to share. I'm also a priestess of Oshun. I'm a triple Oshun. I know everybody doesn't understand what that means, but Oshun is the deity of love. And I've been blessed by her, by that energy. And I like to share that with whoever I come in contact with. My prayer is to add value to everything that I'm involved in. And so I pray to be able to add value to this experience for everybody.
Thank you, Mama Ade. What she didn't mention is that she's also an incredible ballroom dancer, and she will be teaching those lessons on several occasions throughout our experience, as well as using her theater and psychodrama background to help us learn how to better communicate in our relationships and act out some of those scenes that we've had from our past. And show some of those faces and even your own responses. Sometimes when you see yourself, you better understand what to do better in the future. And so thank you again, Mama Ade. And last but not least, some more male energy is in the room. Brother Darnell, are you still with us? If you could please introduce yourself and let us know what curation you'll be bringing to this year's Love Camp Tanzania.
Peace, everyone. I was listening to, I like the word you use, the word art. So I was thinking, what is my art? And my art is helping Black men identify vulnerability and being comfortable in it. I like that word art. Darnell Ramsey, of course, life coach. Call myself, as the ma'am just mentioned before, just an average brother from the that grew up as a Black man in America. But I've been working with men, in particular African American men, for over 25 years in all different capacities, in the financial industry, in the sales industry, in the community, coaching sports. So I've learned to develop my craft on not only in the classroom, but personally with Black men. So my what I plan to bring to the Love Camp is just a male perspective. I know there's a lot of more women. I know that you all outnumber us in different capacities, and even on this trip. So my goal is to try to add a male perspective and a different male perspective and a vulnerable male perspective, and open up talks between us because we Black men are looking for love as well. We just sometimes have a trouble with expressing it. We need a little bit of help learning how to speak the language to the sister that we trying to fall in love with.
Oh, don't that make you want to fall in love? Thank you, Brother Darnell. We appreciate that.
Kim, can I add
vulnerability.
something real quick? 'Cause
Yeah.
these folks is modest today, so that's okay because I can jump in and add to it. So the one thing I can appreciate about Darnell significantly is that he really does have a strong sense of all things Black men, but not just Black men in this country, but men in general around, melanated men in general, because he understands a lot of the psyche and a lot of the challenge and struggles that we may not understand as women. And so I'm really excited about bringing that dynamic, so that deeper level of reflection and insight for us to ponder and come together and meet at that intersection is what I'm excited about.
Well said.
Yes, indeed. See you at the crossroads. So I think that you guys are an incredible team. If you can't fall in love after having this team of coaches, then you've got to go back to the drawing board and see what it is that you truly want out of life. Some people really do want to end up alone in the rocking chair. I've heard them say it. All I need is me, myself, and I. I've heard people say these things, and some of it comes from the psychosomatic brainwashing of living in an individualistic society. And some people have decided that love is beyond them, that they are okay without it. But whether it be love of self, you're going to get it at Love Camp Tanzania. If you learn more about self-care and how to love up on you, you're going to get it, whether it be practice loving someone in a couple, even if it's just sisterhood, right? You're going to get a little bit of that sisterhood and brotherhood from Brother Darnell to teach, Black men how to be vulnerable with each other and to have those hard conversations. So whatever type of love it is that you understand is needed, for yourself, for our families, for communities, you're going to get a taste of that. And you're going to do it on the backdrop of a country that is ripe for experience. And so if you've never been to Tanzania, the highest mountain in Africa, Kilimanjaro, is there. You're going to have an opportunity to climb it. And Renee can tell you a little bit about that too. Some of the largest waterfalls. You'll have an opportunity to actually get inside of them and let them fall on you. And that kind of cleansing is just not something you have access to every day. You're going to Zanzibar. I mean, I can remember in DC, Club Zanzibar. Club Zanzibar has nothing on Zanzibar, that small island outside of the coast of the Indian Ocean. You're going to learn about your history by actually walking through it. Many people don't understand that there was not only a transatlantic enslavement trade of our people, there was an East African enslavement trade, and it was just as large and much more ancient. From Zanzibar and the historic city of Bagamoyo, our people were culturally derailed. And the reason that Black love has to matter now for us is because we have to, at this era in our history, overcome the barriers of our past. We have the capacity to do it. And so Love Camp is an opportunity for you to have fun learning about that history. Sometimes you learn about it and you say, not another one of these slave talks. I just don't want to hear another thing about slavery. But we're going to show you how these conversations will actually make you inspired to create new history. And so we're going to have fun. It's holistic, this immersion and immersive experience. And so we look forward to you guys joining us October 3rd through 13th, 2022 on the coast of the Indian Ocean. Across the country, we're going to 4 different regions. Our all-inclusive tour includes your flight, not only to the country, but flights within the country, 2 meals a day, entrance into all your activities. We're talking safaris to see those animals, not behind cages and bars like you do here in the zoo, but in their natural habitat. that is an experience. Being amongst them and understanding how that vibration feels when they're not afraid, when they're not imprisoned. We know what that's like. So many experiences, and they're all included in the cost of your trip, and so much more. Because Love Camp and the workshop series that's going to be curated alongside those experiences across the country are like an added bonus that you're getting all for free, all for free. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give a round basket and let anybody say any last words that they want to add to our basket before we leave. And we hope to see you in Tanzania. If you think that's what you want in your life for this year, then talk to one of us, whoever invited you here today. Please reach out to them. They'll send you an application and we'll begin going through the deposit process. If you decide that you're going to go with us and you make that decision tonight, we're going to give you a discount because we appreciate you setting a goal and a commitment this January that's much deeper than a New Year's resolution, a goal for your life, for the trajectory of your whole life. And you're going to start it today and you're going to stick to it and make that kind of commitment. We want to encourage you to continue with that path of making goals, setting them, and achieving them. So we're going to give you a discount if you sign up for a tour today with whoever invited you on the call. So I'm going to pass the basket. Let's start off with Renee. Renee, any closing words?
Absolutely. One of the things I just want to share with you guys, we have 3 goals from this Love Camp, and I just want you to think about this. We have the goal that Kim has been speaking about of having an amazing tour. I mean, and I'm not just saying that. I travel all over and all the time, and it was like nothing I've ever experienced. I kept saying to them, this is life changing. I kept saying, this is next level. I need you to know that this is next level. I said that probably 10 times. So that's the first thing. We want you to have an amazing experience that a tour with a group of people that are phenomenal and coming together. But then we also want to put you in a space where you learn best practices about love and relationships and really have a chance to look at yourself. How do you show up in relationships? What do you need to learn about yourself? What are your strengths? What are your challenges? And really have that real conversation. We're going to do some work. Then we're also in the evening going to have some events, some mixers, some massages. We're going to go there. And then the third thing is we want to put you in an environment where you have an opportunity to meet someone potentially. While we're not matchmaking, we are providing an opportunity. So if love is important to you and you want to do something different and you want to learn what it looks like to really experience possibility, join us.
Nice. And I just want to add on to what you said. If you're already married and you found the one, you got the love of your life, come and bring them and celebrate. Nothing like best practices. And marriage is a process. Relationship development is like exercise. It doesn't stop. You continue to grow, you continue to work. Self-love, group love, it's a process that never ends. And so bring the love of your life too. I just wanted to add that to it. Okay, we're continuing to pass the basket. Who's next? Closing us out with any closing words, statements.
We did get to hear from Brother Chad or Olamina Stevenson.
Okay, well, let's hear from both. You guys have closing words. Mama Ide is our elder, and she said you guys have to introduce yourself. Yes, yes. So if you can just come off the mic for a moment and tell us who invited you here today and why you're interested in Love Camp Tanzania.
Renee invited me. I have been actively dating Renee and falling in love every day with Renee for the past couple of weeks. And she told me about this trip, and I think it's amazing. I think the key word that stuck out to me here was opportunity. I feel like as Black folk, we need more opportunity, not just financially or different ways, but also in love. Also, that's something that I've struggled with for a long time, was actually finding an organic love. So I think the more opportunities that Black folk can get in this country, to find like real love. Strength is always in families, and the stronger families we can build, the stronger people we're going to have. So I applaud everybody involved in this, and I'm going to definitely do my best to go. So I've always wanted to see Africa. Renee knows my requirements though, so but definitely it's going to be great. So I applaud anyone that goes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you so much. Mama Ade said there was also Stevenson. Stevenson, are you still with us? Could you come off and introduce yourself and tell us about your interest in Love Camp Tanzania?
Yes. Peace and blessings, everyone. Good evening. My name is Olamina Stevenson, and I was invited by Brother Hakeem. Brother Hakeem, this sounds very, very interesting. I'm a Baltimore native. My passion is helping brothers understand the importance of loving Black women more, because Black women haven't been loved enough. I can really relate to Brother Darnell and talking about men and our sensitivity and how important that is to be in touch and showing up in our relationship with in its all authentic as we possibly can. And so I'm looking forward to learning more about this excursion, celebrating Black love, and just learning more. I've been to the continent a couple times, mostly in West Africa, so I'd definitely be looking forward to seeing Tanzania. And then again, just being able to bring whatever is on my spirit to be able to share with the group. I'm thankful to just be able to have an opportunity. I appreciate Brother Haki who invited me, and just looking forward to sharing and learning from you good people.
Beautiful. Mama Ade is always on time. Thank you so much for bringing that male energy out to show us that, yes, there are still some men that we need to undisappear that are here on this side of the Turtle Island pond with us that might be joining us. So ladies, if you're considering being a part of Love Camp Tanzania, you might just meet one of your neighbors that you just never saw before. And then you go home with him and you guys move in. Who knows? Not a neighbor anymore. Now you're my roommate. But all kinds of magic is happening this October in Tanzania. We're still passing our basket and doing last minute words. Any last minute words from our curators?
This is Darnell. I just wanted to speak from, I guess, a male's perspective, but the brother Chad and brother Olomina, they got on, if I said his name correctly, I would, it's the energy I just felt when both of you all speak, the genuineness, and that's the type of energy and that I'm used to, brothers here in the States that's available out here that's been bred to love on these women. We just had to learn how to communicate that effectively. So I see these brothers with some gray on their face. So I see that wisdom, and I would love to have the opportunity to build with you brothers on this trip, because I could just feel your energy. So thank you all, and thank the elder for encouraging you brothers to speak. Appreciate it.
Beautiful. So we've got a couple more last minute words. Mugisha, any last minute words?
Yeah, I'm still excited for the Love Camp 2022 in Tanzania, and I'm usually glad to get the perspective from people from the diaspora, because I usually try to learn a lot from their culture, because it's a whole different culture from there and here in the continent. And just my ending remarks or my ending a message to all the people. It's like uh, it's really important that we share about supporting and supporting, and that's the biggest part of the practice that we shall be having. And some people call it acro yoga, other people call it partner yoga. Always, anyway, the basic is still the same. It's about trust of yourself and supporting and supporting, and we shall explore through it. I know there are no words that I can put it through that you can understand it more better, but it's something that is like hands-on skills. When you get to experience it, you will see the best way to describe it to someone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mugisha. And okay, we have a couple more people. Any last words to put inside of our basket before we call it a night? A couple more people still on our call. Any more last words from anyone?
Well, very quickly, I'm so glad to have the male energy represented. Um, Even when I do rites of passage for women and girls, I always invite the men because women see themselves through that perspective, and it's just such a blessing to have the men to speak up and to represent. Um, so thank you all. Thank you, Renee. I can't wait. I can't wait. Mujisha, practice your dance steps. I love you. Let's get it on. You know it's me and you. We're gonna be dancing, baby. Thank you, Kim. I love you dearly, brother Haki. You know I love you much. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. Let's go.
Indeed.
Okay, family. Okay, if there are no other last minute words to put into our basket tonight, thank you so much for joining our Love Camp Tanzania interest meeting. We look forward to you guys joining us again October 3rd through 13th in Tanzania this October. Fill out an application with the person that invited you on the call. And if you're not here with us tonight, don't worry, we're going to have 2 more sessions by the request of our lead curator, Renee Miller. So if you missed it tonight, you will have your opportunity to fall in love with all of us and maybe yourself this October in Tanzania. Next time. See you next time.
Bye. Bye.
All right, all right. Yes, yes, yes. So hope you all enjoyed that, but I would love to no. I would love to give out some contact information. You can go to Teaching Artists Institute on Facebook page, Teaching Artists Institute on Facebook, of course, or you can leave me a message. What is that? Leave me a message here, wherever you see this, or reach out 410-209-9687 with Teaching Artists Institute. It's going to be a great trip to learn about more. This is our 3rd year. I'm sorry. It'll be a 4th time going to Tanzania. And many of our partners, collaborators are already there on the ground. So we're looking forward to continuing to serve. It's going to be, as you see, and a great trip with some truly substantive teachers, well-read, well-traveled thinkers, builders. And so we're excited about the opportunity. So have nothing further. This is Haki Ami, Hakiammi, the Success Scholar. And hopefully, let me see. Let's see some text messages coming in. 410-209-9687. Again, 410-209-9687. Thank you all for listening in. Continue to follow me on Raising Consciousness and Capital page. Okay. Okay, I'll see it again. Okay, yeah, somebody just All right, I think it's still going on. Okay, all right. Now I want to interrupt. Somebody asked me about something else, but thank you all. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Haki Ami here for Kenpool, Renee Miller, Darnell Ramsey, Mama Ade Aloma. So we're looking forward to Tanzania 2022. Stay connected. Holla at the Success Scholar. Let some friends know. Get your loved ones together and let's make it happen. All right. Peace and blessings.